Eric Cartman. In the unaired pilot episode before South Park officially released, Eric was originally scripted to have a father and a sister.
Wait a minute. Something's missing. Oh yeah, the gravy.
Stan Marsh. Stan has asthma. In the episode Sexual Harassment Panda, Cartman can be seen going through Stan's belongings, saying he wants Stan's inhaler. This was never brought up again throughout the series, and was likely forgotten. Kenny McCormick. Kenny was supposed to be killed off permanently towards the end of Season 5. Fans weren't too happy about this decision, and he was brought back at the end of Season 6. Kyle Broflovsky. Kyle's mom is a bitch. Just kidding. Like Stan, Kyle has a disease that was never brought up again. In the episode Cherokee Hair Tampons, Kyle's mom says,
"They say it's his kidneys. Kyle always has been a diabetic, and lately his kidneys have just been shutting down."
Butters Leopold Stotch.
Well, that's me. Yeah.
Butters is based on animation director Eric Stough. A longtime friend of creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone, he also graduated from the same college as them at the University of Colorado. Herbert Garrison. Garrison is left-handed. Though they have forgotten to animate this at times, there's an obvious effort to depict him as left-handed throughout the show. Randy Marsh. Randy's animation has been edited more times than other characters. This is likely because since he's become a more prominent character in the show, they decided to put more effort into how they wanted him to look. Sharon Marsh. Voice actor April Stewart, who voices many of the female characters since 2004, says that Sharon Marsh is her favorite role in the show. Shelley Marsh. Trey Parker says that his real-life sister actually used to beat him up, like in the episode An Elephant Makes Love to a Pig.
I actually have a sister, Shelley, who is 3 years older than me, and she still denies it to this day, but basically she did just kick my ass every single day.
He also credits her for taking blame to get him out of trouble though, saying that he knows she really did love him. Marvin Marsh. In the episode Death, his age was revealed to be 102. Ike Broflovsky. Ike has been voiced by more people than any other character on the show. The cutest, however, Trey Parker's daughter, Betty.
Relax, bitch.
I can't.
Sheila Broflovsky. She has committed many crimes, including arson, first-degree murder, medical terrorism, attempted genocide, inciting war, war crimes. Okay, yeah, maybe she is a bitch. Gerald Broflovsky. With the exception of the episode Major Boobage, Gerald is always shown wearing his yarmulke hat, even when he's otherwise completely naked. Leanne Cartman. Leanne is named after an ex-girlfriend of Trey Parker's who cheated on him while they were engaged. Taking a look at his net worth now, you would have to imagine that she regrets that decision. Mr. Mackey. Mackey is based on a real school counselor that Trey Parker had named Mr. Lackey.
Because he'd walk down the hallways and go, "How's it going today, boys?" And we'd all go, "Fine, Mr. Lackey, how you doing?"
Clyde Donovan. Clyde is the second fattest kid after Eric Cartman.
Get on the sled, you fat piece of shit.
Jimmy Vollmer. Jimmy was supposed to be a one-off character for the episode Cripple Fight. Everyone liked him so much that he became a regular supporting character on the show. Timmy Birch. After a decade of being known simply as just Timmy, his full name was revealed to be Timmy Birch in the episode TMI. Timmy's disability isn't exactly stated, but it's considered to be a strange combination of palsy and Tourette's. Tolkien Black. Tolkien is considered one of the smartest kids at South Park Elementary. He's also the least affected by Cartman's manipulation. Tweek, whose last name is Tweek, does not appear in the South Park movie. He is the only student in Mr. Garrison's classroom at the time of the movie's airing that is not seen at all. Craig Tucker. Craig is actually the tallest kid in the class. Wendy Testaberger. Wendy is the only kid who appears politically informed. She has started and joined many campaigns, groups, and debates over the course of the show.
Hey, Wendy. You're a bitch.
Bebe Stevens. Bebe is the third student to speak in the series outside of the main cast, the first being Wendy and the second being Clyde. Scott Malkinson. Scott has actually gained favor with the boys over the years. In earlier episodes, they wanted nothing to do with him at all and ridiculed him every chance they got.
You guys all can clip on me for him, Dobby. I'm Scott Malkinson.
Though in more recent seasons, he is seen interacting with the boys a lot more often. Pip Perrip. Pip is the original punching bag before Butters was fully introduced. The joke of his character was always literally nobody likes him even though he's a nice kid. I mean, even Chef doesn't seem to care for Pip, as when all the other kids are about to play football, Pip is the only one on the team who doesn't get a helmet. Speaking of Chef, Jerome Chef McElroy. Chef's voice actor, Isaac Hayes, was Matt and Trey's first pick when they were deciding who they wanted to voice him. Unfortunately, Hayes was involved with the Church of Scientology, a predatory cult that takes advantage of people. Although many South Park fans hated him for this, it's important to look at new information we have learned about this situation. Hayes' son came out and said that it wasn't his dad who quit the show, but Scientologist handlers who gave him no choice, and his health was deteriorating while all of this was going on. I think we should remember Isaac Hayes in a positive light. Even though he was part of Scientology, he is still a victim of this manipulation and corruption. If you guys have made it this far in the video, subscribing would really help me out. I'm a smaller channel with a passion for South Park, and I have other videos coming out similar to this one. Okay. Moving on. PC Principal. The idea for PC Principal started from an experience that Bill Hader had at a party. By the way, Bill Hader worked in the South Park writer's room from season 15 to season 19. Anyways, he was telling a story about how he got yelled at during a party for saying something that wasn't PC. When Trey heard that story, he instantly started mocking the guy's voice, and the character for PC Principal was made on the spot. Jimbo Kern. Jimbo was implied to be gay in the episode It Hits the Fan.
Because you can't say fag unless you're a homosexual. To be a fag, to say fag, that's right.
I should be able to say fag.
Hey, you didn't get beeped.
Ned Gerblansky. In the episode Summer Sucks, it is implied that Ned used to have a wife, though it is unknown if she divorced Ned or passed away. Terrence and Phillip. The Canadian duo were created in season 1 in response to the most common complaint from critics of the show, that being, South Park is only crude humor and fart jokes. So naturally, Matt and Trey created two characters whose only purpose was to give them crude humor and fart jokes. Satan. Satan weighs 320 pounds, meaning if you walk into a Walmart, you can find at least 10 people that weigh more than him. Although not really a notable character, I thought this was cool. Satan's lover, Chris, was voiced by Deanne Bahar. He was Matt and Trey's friend from college, who had roles in their movies Cannibal, Basketball, and Orgasmo.
I swear you guys rip on me 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here.
Towley. He was created pretty much ironically. They had an idea of trying to come up with the stupidest character ever that they could make into merchandise. While on a boat trip, someone yelled at them, "Don't forget to bring a towel." And that sentence was stuck in their head all day long. Towley would debut on the very next episode. The Goth Kids. In the post-COVID episode, the Goth Kids remained goth well into adulthood. I guess it's not just a phase after all. Officer Barbrady. Of all the characters in South Park, he is said to have the lowest IQ. Mr. Slave. Slave is a big fan of the Jonas Brothers. He was the only adult male to attend this concert. Miss Choksondik. Although it's not said anywhere by the writers, an internet theory of her death is that she did in fact die from drinking the sea people, when they combined with Mr. Mackey's semen. When the two combined, they made a civilization like in Cartman's aquarium and caused a nuclear fallout in her stomach. Gross, internet. Steven Stotch. Although the creators have changed a lot of character names over the years, on accident or on purpose, this is the most confusing one, because in Butter's very own episode, fans can vividly remember him being called Chris.
There is no going back, Chris!
Linda Stotch. In Butter's very own episode, her breakdown was inspired by Susan Smith, an American woman who was convicted of murdering her two sons by drowning them in a lake. Stuart McCormick. Stuart and Gerald Broflovsky used to be best friends in high school, until he started drinking and stopped caring about school.
To community college and I didn't. And you know why? Because your dad's Jewish.
I heard that.
Carol McCormick. Did you even know her first name was Carol? Well, in the show, it's actually never revealed. It wasn't until the video game, The Fractured But Whole, where Stuart finally reveals her name as Carol. A lot of the boys' moms' names in season 1 were Carol. It seems to be just a filler name for women before they have a name decided by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. But yeah, kind of interesting. Heidi Turner. She is the second female seen in the show to wear a hat. The first was Wendy. Her hat is also part of the player's customization choices in the video game South Park Snow Day. Nicole Daniels. Her brief relationship with Kyle is a reference to co-creator Matt Stone's real-life relationship between him and his wife, Angela Howard. Harrison Yates.
Freeze! You're busted, buddy. I'm a cat. Oh!
The introduction of Yates and his police department and the phasing out of Officer Barbrady was an intentional choice by the creators. They felt Barbrady was more 90s styled humor and wanted to move on from him. Veronica Crabtree. Crabtree was the first female character to appear in South Park. She had a speaking role in 12 episodes before she was killed off. She is on the list for the most unpopular South Park characters. Richard Adler. Mr. Adler is based on an old woodshop teacher that Matt Stone had while in high school. Scott Tenorman. It's theorized that Cartman's prejudice towards gingers started with Scott Tenorman. Principal Victoria. Her name is a pun of actress Victoria Principal. Big Gay Al. TV Guide refused to advertise his debut episode under its real name, Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride, instead calling it Big Al's Boat Ride. This is pretty weird in hindsight, as there is nothing remotely homophobic about this episode name. Jesus. Jesus is one of the first characters ever created for South Park. He was in both shorts Matt and Trey made before South Park even aired. Mr. Hanky. Before South Park got their deal with Comedy Central, they first pitched it to Fox. Part of the reason Fox denied the show was because they said that Talking Pooh character would stain our network forever. Father Maxie. Maxie has boned Cartman's mom. I mean, honestly, who hasn't? But this is still surprising considering his religious background. Mephisto and Kevin.
What the hell are you supposed to be anyway?
Matt and Trey both said early on that they stopped finding these characters funny and admitted that they should have made him a member of the real NAMBLA just so they could write him out permanently. Nathan and Mimsy. Their relationship is similar to that of the Warner Brothers cartoon characters Rocky and Muggsy. This was all but confirmed later on when in the episode Handy Car, Nathan has a Rocky and Muggsy poster in his bedroom. Lou Kim. This is Trey Parker's favorite character to voice.
Hey, Mr. Nakayama, you know that China and Japan are actually a different country?
Kyle Schwartz. The last name Schwartz is a pseudonym that Trey Parker has used over the years for unknown reasons. In Cannibal the Musical, he credits himself as Trey Schwartz, and in the unaired pilot, he also uses this last name in one of the credits. Dog Poo Patuski. Dog Poo is a clear homage to Pigpen from Peanuts. In the unaired pilot, he is seen rolling around in feces. Dougie O'Connell, or General Desiree, is actually 2 years younger than the main cast. Leslie Myers. A lot of fans really only recall her from more recent seasons.
To introduce you to their culture and, hey Leslie, shut your fucking mouth!
But she's been a background character since the Ginger Kids episode. Here are some other characters from Mr. Garrison's class that don't really have interesting facts other than this is when they appeared, this was the first time they spoke, etc. But from those we have Kevin Stoley, Red MacArthur, Millie Larson, Bradley Biggle, and Annie Nitz. There's also some parents in the show who are pretty irrelevant outside of 1 or 2 appearances. You had Bebe's mom, Craig's parents, Clyde's parents, Wendy's parents, etc. You get the point. I'm avoiding characters like this because they all share similar boring facts that most people don't care about. Finishing off with some characters that, even though they might not have that many appearances, are still extremely iconic. The Woodland Christmas Critters. The Critters appear as a boss battle in the South Park Fractured But Whole video game. Although this hasn't been confirmed, it's rumored that some US soldiers showed Saddam Hussein the South Park movie as a form of torture while he was being held captive. This concludes every notable character in South Park. While there is over 1,000 characters, from props to celebrities, etc., I tried to stick with ones that South Park fans would be interested in. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you made it this far, a like would really help out. I have other content and plenty of shorts on my channel as well if you want to check those out. Thank you for watching.